presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Andy in Boulder, Colorado. Hey, Andy, what's going on, brother?
Not much, Tom. How you been?
I'm great, man. Yourself?
Pretty good. Hey, congratulations on the grandbaby.
Yes, thank you. I know. Tommy just sent me a picture. I mean, it's gorgeous out right now. He just was taking him out for his first walk this morning.
All
He's
right.
growling and prowling already.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks, and a great week. Be impeccable with your word. Manifest your true intentions. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent will be manifested through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will be manifested through the word each and every day. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 289, Nasdaq's off 144, S&P's off 42. Gold contract down $12.50, trading at $17.37 an ounce. We got silver down 33 cents, $18.33 an ounce. Light sweet crude off $5, $91.78 a barrel. Notes and bonds. A 10-year note down 1 tick, trading 117 flat. 30-year up 8 at 136.26 in King Dollar. King Dollar trading down 122, 108.712. Euro is at 1-to-1. Yen is at 138, and the British pound is at 116 to $1 US. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, bottom line, if we take a look at this, we have ABC structures down all over the place. We just had the indices, folks. I'll give you these numbers here. So the indices just finished a 1-to-1. Inside the SPY, okay, when Powell was up, bottom line, you broke the B point, broke it with volume. So the SPY, the first 1-to-1 is 399.32. Well, you can see we're at 398.52. My take here, the next 1-to-1.382 is 392. And if we take a look at where I originally thought that, okay, it's going to pull back into this, that's 394. So my take is that we're going to get into that number anyway, you know. And that was the strength that was developed out here on the 27th, okay, of July. We go into the NDX 100. We take a look at the NDX 100. Same type of setup. Broke a B, broke it with volume, all of the above, okay. Bottom line, the ABC down in the Qs was $300.08. Well, we hit $298 today. Now, this is what the difference is, which is pretty cool. The low of the same day, the benchmark day, is that $398.46, and we just hit $398.44. So that's pretty cool, okay? That being said, however, bottom line, I suspect that's also going to do at least a 1 to 1.382, which would bring that down to 291.89. If we take a look at the market right now, so let's go take a look at this baby, because what would you have had, the type of market that we're in right now, folks, okay, it gets one of these, you know, you can see you pop up, it sells off. You pop up, it sells off. You pop up, it sells off. We'll see if this one can hold. If we take a look at this 10-minute right now, bottom line, you just did have volume. There's no doubt about it. You can see this on a 10-minute. You just did 60,000 contracts. Bottom line, we'll see whether it can hold. And, listen, it could be a 1-to-1. If it's a 1-to-1, bottom line, it'll hold and it'll try to do something. If you're a bull, what you don't want to see here is actually a bounce into the next 3 days. Because if you get a bounce into the next 3 days, what do you have? You're going to have a much larger ABC structure on down. If you're a bull, what you actually want to see is you want to see this thing keep going lower and basically do the whole 1 to 1.618 on the way down. Because if that's what you get, the bottom line is that the market will be insane in a way. There's no doubt about that. But what you're going to get is you're going to get a bounce that's going to be huge. So if we go into the NQs, bottom line just had a huge bounce. You can see the same deal. The high on the bounce this morning was 12,395, and we'll see whether we can get up into that level and see whether they're going to get that bounce going. Gold. We take a look at the gold contract out here. What do you have with the gold contract? Gold contract down $12.30. You get really light volume, 122,000 contracts. That's really light volume, no doubt about that. Bottom line, we haven't been able to catch a bid. You know, you're going into 1750. I was below that. So the highs of the low is 1737.50. We hit 1732.90 today, or 1737. You know, so this may go right after its low. That's how this thing is shaking out. We go into the note and bond market. We take a look at note and bonds. Bottom line is that the 10-year is running out right now. I believe it's at about 3.10. And what's wide open here, we take a look at this thing. You put this in, you're going to see that it looks to me like you're going to start building cause. It's going to try to get after this low that's established out here. The low that we're talking about is a 114.07. Right now you're at 117. And if we go to King Dollar, we take a look at King Dollar out here. What do you have with King Dollar? Bottom line with King Dollar, this is hanging at its highs. So this is pretty dangerous. The bottom line is that we came up yesterday. It didn't hold price. You went to 109.478. You end up closing at 108.479. You're at 108.687. And the longer that we stay up at these levels, folks, the higher the probability is that this thing's just going to blow right through this whole thing. And if that's what you get, man, oh man, it's going to be a problem. Let's take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here today. You got Bed Bath & Beyond's down $1.36. NVIDIA's off 367, Tesla 742. We have American Airlines off 15. Oxy is off 326. You got Google down 40 cents, no big deal. Inside the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness inside the NDX. Workday's up 1.9. You got Dollar Tree. Yeah, Dollar Tree up 1.4, taken away from it. Baidu's down 6.6. You got Lucent off 5.8. AstraZeneca's off 3.3, and you got CSX down 3. So we get some big numbers on the way down here. There's no doubt about that. Let's go take a look at this, see how this baby's going to hold. So it's going to go test the NQ. So let's go take a look at this. It's going to test the highs of this morning. That's what it looks like. Okay, so bring that back. You got the high this morning. It's going to be sick if I can't make it. 395. 395? And we just hit, 395, and we just hit 385. And you're at 368 already. Yeah. Deviant market, man. That's the bottom line. Stay right there, folks. We come back with our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow. The Dow's down 233. NASDAQ is off $120. S&P's off 36. We'll come right back. Of booming inflation, where your purchasing power is eroded, there's no better place to protect your hard-earned money than in gold. Vista Gold's flagship asset is the Mount Todd Gold Project in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is Australia's largest undeveloped gold project. We are talking a world-class gold project in a Tier 1 mining district. This is a large-scale, low-cost project with significant existing infrastructure in a politically safe and friendly mining jurisdiction. Vista Gold just completed the Mount Todd feasibility study, which resulted in a 7 million ounce gold reserve in a 16-year mine life. All of this, combined with the approvals of all major operational as well as environmental permits. This distinguishes Mount Todd as an attractive, de-risk partner, ready development stage gold project. Vista Gold trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol VGZ.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 250. We hit the Nasdaq off 135. S&Ps are off 39. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding show here every trading day, 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. Also a great newsletter, The Opening Call. Now, it's very easy to get his newsletter, folks. You come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go into newsletters, and then you'll see it on the right-hand side, The Opening Call. You just hit that subscribe button. You can get The Opening Call for 1 month for $149. You can get it for 6 months for $695, which is a savings of $199 or 22%. And you get it for 1 year for $1195, which is a savings of $593 or 33%. Now, they all come, folks, with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can check it out. You like it, bottom line, it works for you, just keep it. For some reason, it doesn't work for you, 29 days, just cancel it. And guess what? You're going to have not only a great newsletter, he has a lot of guys out there that can... You'll learn how to ride that Chapman wave each and every day. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Well, what's going on is market's going down, and we missed you. I hope you. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, great to be back, and it's been quite a market, man, no doubt.
Yes, it has. And what's interesting is that in some way the charts are fairly traditional, just the way I'm looking at it, but the backdrop is so different to what we've seen before, because the unknowns are, we pretty much know what's going on. The Fed has said all along they're going to be tightening. We've seen the dollar rallying. There's a whole bunch of things that are right there obvious. So how we come out of August and go into September is going to be important. And you can actually see that on the chart. Look, we had a really nice, we've been along the Dow and the diamonds since right over here. That was back around about the 18th of July. Actually, we were in at the low and we took some profits, then we got back in. But when we started to get to this high, this peak at the top at the 34,281 level on the 16th of August, we had two candles, and I call those candles silent doji candles. I call them silent because if you had to do a scan and look for a reversal, you wouldn't see the doji candle. A doji candle can sometimes be a halfway marker or a reversal candle. So I had a webinar once, it's archived, where I talked about the silent doji. So what happened was I got a little bit cautious there, and then right here, before the opening on the 22nd, before that very ugly day, we had gotten along. Actually, we got the day before. We went short the DOG, that's 1-to-1 short, because I didn't like anything that was going on. And what I said to subscribers, for those of you who've been along the diamonds and we've taken some off, hold that position. But if you want, we can ameliorate any downturn by having like a 1-to-1 short. But for anyone who's new, anyone who wants to play the downside, we have the DOG. So now we're still in that DOG. What's really important about the Dow at this particular point is that you've done a 1-to-1 to the downside. And right here with the low today of 31,647, the 31,500 is going to be really important going into the end of the week. It really has to hold that. And you can see the weekly chart was doing really well. The MACD was good. Stochastic is still pretty good at 76%. But the 9 has just today gone underneath the 14. And that says you've got to be a little careful. So this little channel, this little mini channel that I call the Chapman inside track propellant line, was a repellent line, and it held very nicely, but now we're testing the lower part. That's why I'm saying 31,500 is going to be really important. And, of course, we've got another day to go before August completes it, so I can't really talk about the candle just yet in the monthly chart. So what we've done is we've been taking profits. We had the Q 3 times long, the QQQs. We had actually 2 positions, and we took a really good profits on. Today we got stopped out on that sharp pullback of our final position for a nice gain, but that also gave us really very up to a 40% gain in one position.
Nice.
So we're out of that. We've built up a cash position, but most importantly, we're watching. I spoke to you about this. We have CF Industries. This is hydrogen, nitrogen products, clean energy, fertilizer, emissions abatement. Everything there just sounds perfect for this environment. So we've been long since the 95s. We've taken little bits off. It hit 119.60 the other day. And what did it do? It did, remember I was talking about the candles? Look, it did this little tiny doji plus, it looks like a plus sign candle at the exact top at 119.60 on the 26th of August. So we've been taking little bits off. And look at this. In 3 days, it's gone from 119.60 to today's low of 105. So that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at sector rotation, where another one in the same energy sector, we had NFE, which is New Fortress Energy Inc., A shares, Natural Gas Fuel Solutions. In the 45s, it double topped 62.79 and 63.06. When I measured the left side to the right side, I like to look at it vertically to see, are the technicals confirming? Nope, they weren't. So we started to pull back. So that might mean that some of these energy stocks could be pulling back, and that will give people that are looking like fund managers, mutual funds, looking at new positions. And that means if the oils in that particular sector takes a breather, because that's all I think it would be, we might find that you're getting some support. In fact, we started a new position today in a single-digit stock in the 7s. We tried to get a split position because it was in a gap open, and I said, we'll get that, but we also wanted much lower down. We just missed the one at the bottom, and now it's running very nicely. So there are places to be. This is not a stock. This is now in the commodity area. So I think you've got to be very selective because at this particular point, it's like they just taking some of the best leaders down, and you've got to be very careful. But I think I'm starting to see. I mean, why would U.S. Steel hold quite nicely? Why would Alcoa? So I'm beginning to see some of the cyclicals, even Boeing, are holding up pretty decently, and these are the big cyclicals. So I'm not that bearish, but I do think you've got to be very careful. But we are looking for new positions to put on this pullback. We've built up a cash position again.
And folks, it's very easy to get Basil's newsletter. Come over to our website at TFNN. You go into newsletters, you see the opening call on the right-hand side. You hit that, whether it's 1 month, 6 months, a year, and you are off to the races. The steel deal, Basil, that's that infrastructure bill that went through.
Yes.
I mean, that's a different ball game. So they're going to get business.
That's what I'm saying.
They get in business, period. Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and you've got to look at them that way. And even that, the money's not there yet. So these things might be rallying on optimism, but you've got to do your technical analysis at the same time.
It's a beautiful thing. Well, listen, man, you have a great one, safe one, and we look forward to the program tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Tom. You too.
Awesome, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. So Dow right now down 255. Nasdaq's off 129. S&Ps are off 39. And let me show you something, folks, okay? So if you take, as soon as we come back, I'm going to show you the trend, because what's happening here is that there's markets going down, people keep buying, and guess what, man? It's trouble. It's trouble. The trend is running at almost 1, folks, okay, 0.9 or 0.8, and that is not what bounces even get made out of. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrial is down 271. You get the Nasdaq off 141. S&Ps are down 41. Here, so let's go take a look at this trend. So the trend, folks, okay, is something you want to look at when you're trying to basically grab a bottom. You can see this right here, 0.95. 0.95 means that there's buying in the market and it's buying everywhere. So let me just go through this quick for you, right? So the way it works, see this 1.79 here on Friday? That's what you're looking for lows. You need a couple of these together, okay, on a 5-day deal. A 0.95 means that the market is in sync, and like right now you're at 0.99. So 0.99, if we were at let's say a flea show, okay, and you go into the hall and there's 10 boots on your right hand side and 10 boots on your left hand side, a 0.99 means that they're buying all of them. Markets lows don't go in like that. That's the bottom line. It's not even close. We go take a look at the tick. What you're going to see with the tick You got to combine these, and then you basically need a rejection of price. That's the fast, down, and dirty of it, okay? We take a look at this, what you're going to see, let me get the intraday one. You take a look at this intraday, and we got right there. Well, 1,000. We just had a plus 1,078 when that buy, and that's not that bad. But there's no big monster downticks. When you're looking at this 1557, that's going to be. I think this is going to be other. Oh no. Okay, what time is that? That was at 10:40. Okay, so you have the first downtick. That's the bottom line. That downtick. Now what you're looking for a second downtick within the next couple days, and then simultaneously you're looking for the trend to go up again. And then you're looking for a rejection of lower price. That's when you see bottoms come in. There's a couple different things that are going on here, right? One of the biggest things that are going on that are really a trip to me in the marketplace right now is this. You've heard, like all of us, right? I mean, I think a lot of us have been in the market for a long time. You've heard a long time, don't fight the Fed, right? Well, the wild thing is that the market's been fighting the Fed. And then, the other saying is that the market's always right? Well, I can tell you flat out, man, interest rates keep going up, and there's going to be, folks that get destroyed. That's the bottom line. I mean, there's a whole generation that have never seen interest rates go up. They have to put a hurt on the marketplace in order to basically get inflation down. And that's what Powell said, Yeah, he went from, getting it wrong on the transitory, and he's not going to get it wrong on squeezing, the economy. And I would say that, they're not being truthful in the aspect that they're going to drive us into a recession, because they are. That's how it works. Normally the way it works, I learned more, folks, in 1987 to 89, this is what ended up happening. The economy's booming, right? You had the crash of 87. Now, the crash of 87, what ended up happening is that the market came right back. But that didn't matter, because what mattered is that, number one, there was a huge amount of money lost. And then what ended up happening, it takes about a year and a half when they start squeezing in order for it to hit. And that's where I think we're at. I mean, that's my take on this deal, And there's still plenty of cash. There's no doubt about that in the economy. But what's going to happen is that cash is getting sucked out from one sector, and where it's going into the other. Whoever's getting the cash is keeping it, and they should. That's the bottom line, And unfortunately, there's still plenty of folks that think that, no, we can still go gangbusters, and then you have the other side of it that's saying, okay, I'll take it, I'll put it in my pocket, and I'm not going to buy anymore. And the whole thing about the inflation, folks, is, number one is our perception, and number two is the acceleration of cash and the amount of times it can hit someone's hand, and whether it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's the velocity of the cash. That's where it's at. So, we'll see where this goes. I'm still in the camp, okay? Now, that being said, I'm still in the camp that I think this thing, we might have the bottom in, and I'll be a lot, let's say right now, but I'm at a good 70%, man, that this bottom's in, okay? I'll be at about 90 if this thing could do a 1 to 1.618 in the way down, because it'll freak everyone out, man. Because there's been so much money that's got put back into this marketplace, right? And the trend is showing it, man. The trend is showing it. And the behavior, of the last 15, 20 years, whatever that is, the behavior is that every single time you buy, you make money. We'll see where it shakes out. But the interest rate structure in itself, okay, is not going to stop. If we pull this up, we get the Fed fund rate right now is at 2 to 2.5, right? Yeah, 2.25 to 5, 2.5. This thing's going to go to 5. This thing is going to go up another 100%. And you go up another 100%, man, let me tell you something. There's going to be that whole deal about, when the tide goes out, who has a bathing suit on and who doesn't and all that, that whole deal, you're going to find out real quick how many folks don't, and you're going to find out the amount of debt that will not get paid. And what happens there is that, unfortunately, there's going to be other folks that get hurt that have nothing to do with the amount of debt that's out there on whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Because these companies still leverage up like beyond belief. I mean, that's the reality. So we'll see where the whole baby shakes out. But my take is that, bottom line, this interest rate structure is going to basically put us into a recession, and a decent one too. Not where we are right now. This is, you get up to, let's say the mortgage rates today is about 6.25. You get up to 9.25. Forget it, man. And what I'm thinking. So picture this: that there's no doubt in plenty of places in the country that real estate still cash flows in a decent way, right? So what very well could happen is, just like the market, we've been trading markets long enough now. The market, it will go down, 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 and then all of a sudden, boom, the bottom falls out. Well, the rate structure very well could do that in about another 7 to 10 months or something. That first it's easy, and then all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and it drops dramatically, because what ends up happening is that there's so many houses that go on the market. Bottom line, people aren't doing the houses over as much. The job market there gets slower. I can tell you this, we ordered cabinets this morning, so check this out. This is how it's happening right now. We used to be able to order cabinets, right? And it would take us, oh my God, let's say 45 days. Well, it's 10 days now. So, for building right now, it is getting a lot easier material-wise. Now, that being said, guess what? It might get easier that way, but guess what? In another 7 or 8 months, of course it got easier, because no one wants anything, So we'll see where it shakes out, man. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow is down 292. Nasdaq's off 143. S&P's off 44. We'll come right back.
Vista Gold owns and operates the largest undeveloped gold project in Australia, the Mount Todd Gold Project. Vista Gold just completed their feasibility study, resulting in a 7 million ounce gold reserve. Vista Gold has all major permits approved and has retained CIBC capital market assistance in evaluating alternatives and in completing an accretive transaction. Vista Gold trades on the NYSE American and TSX under the ticker symbol VGZ. Vista Gold, executing a strategy to create shareholder value.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 252, Nasdaq's off 127, S&Ps are off 39. Let's go take a look at Tesla for a few of the tigers out here. So you got Tesla out here trading at 277. This is holding up well, man, for a market like this, and you can see what's happening, okay? It's coming into its strength there, 273. You see that big bar there? So it came down there today, rejected lower price at that bar. Let me pull this back. And this is what you want to do, man. The bottom line is that, you know, in a market like this, folks, you want to find strong stocks. And this is strong. This is definitely strong, man. Even last week, you came down with 287 million. The week prior to that, you made a high with 355. This is coming into 497 million. That high there is 280. You know, this can go a little lower, but this is a strong stock. That's the bottom line. You know, and you can tell, as I said, in a market like this, it's pretty cool because what ends up happening is that it's the equities that don't get smoked that when they're selling the whole market, it's like, okay, man, what's going on with this equity? Because it's not getting smoked. So let's go into Apple. Apple's going to be doing their big dog and pony show as soon as we come back from Labor Day. Apple right now, bottom line, it's a heck of a bounce. Okay, and you know the June low was 129. The high that was established in August was 176. You're at 158. Now, it just closed the gap. The gap was 157.64. We hit 157.72 today. I wouldn't bite yet because you can see what's happening here. So watch, look at this. So you have lighter volume here, right? But that being said, well, let's see what the ABC, this is an ABC down too. So that was 176. So just it was only $10. So that's 161 or 158. See, this is cool to know. You know, when I started the show off and I was talking about the aspect that I suspect that we're going to do more than a one-to-one ABC structure on the way down. When you start looking at individual equities, and that's what they're doing, okay, that's a heads up also. See, the one-to-one on Apple on the way down was 161, where you're at 158. You know, that is important in the context of when you start seeing the individual equities do more than a one-to-one, your probability gets much higher that that's exactly what we're going to get. If we go take a look at Amazon also, look at this, it did an ABC down. The A point on this is 146.32. So you got 14. That's going to get you 27. That's 24. And we're at 128. Well, we'll hit 126. But with Amazon, you can see that gap is wide open at 122.84. That wants to get that gap at 122.44. Microsoft, because Microsoft, bottom line is that came down. That's been coming down hard. I mean, Microsoft coming down 7 or 8 points at a time is a trip. This also broke the B. You can see that in spades. Your A point was 294. Your B, so it's a 20-point A to B. That gets you 260, and you're at 262. Now, this one can get interesting, man. Oh, yeah, see, this is interesting. So this is something you really want to keep your eye on here. So look at this, man. So with Microsoft, you're coming into your strength. You finished an ABC down. I like this setup, man, actually. Yeah. So that's something to get in your radar, man. Let me put this on a weekly for a second. Yeah, this is something you want to keep in your radar. I wouldn't buy it yet, okay? Let this get into it a little bit more, because you can see the week when it came off, the low went from 249 to 282. You had 172 million shares. Now last week we did 104. No, 204. 204? No, 104. 104 versus 172. Yeah, that's not a bad little setup there. You know, I wouldn't be buying anything right now. Anything, okay? Bottom line is that what you also have here is this. You got to remember something. We're in a holiday week, and the essence to sell, picture this. When you're selling something, right, you're selling because you either got to pay tuitions, you got to buy something, or you want to buy something, or you just want your money back, right? When you want to buy, okay, the buying deal in a down market is what? Why you want to buy? Well, you want to buy because you think you're going to make money. Well, what happens in a down market like this is that folks that have been around for a while know that you don't buy, okay, when you keep not only coming down, but when rallies get sold so quick. That is a market that wants not only lower price, it wants much lower price. So the real question is that when you come into a holiday weekend, how many folks do you think are going to say, hey, guess what, man? I'm going to take my money and I'm going to buy. Well, I don't think you're going to see that, folks. That's the bottom line. You know. And on top of that, and this is what plays into the market, is the amount of money that was just lost. And the reason that there was a bigger amount of money lost is because of the fact that the fear of missing out, and people put too much money into the marketplace, and they think that the bottom line is that they're going to miss out, and their money goes to traders' heaven. So it's you got all that happening at the same time. One of the biggest parts, this is that you have selling coming into the holiday weekend, and bottom line is that there's not a lot of reason to buy before the holiday weekend. That's what it really comes down to. So, we'll see where this baby shakes out. Let's go to the indice volume and see where we're at in the indice volume. So, you're at 538 right now, and you're at 2. That'll do about 700. And then if we go into the NASDAQ, we are at, the NASDAQ's going to have big volume again, man. We're going lower. Let's go to Tom in Tampa. Hey, Tom, what's going on, brother?
Hey, welcome back, brother. We missed you, man.
Well, I missed you guys, and it's so good to be back. Hey, Tom, I went up to Crystal River, and it's a mind blower, folks. If you live around here, man, in Tampa, St. Pete, they got a new road. I took this is the first time I took the Suncoast Highway back, Tom. I couldn't believe it, man. I went from Crystal River to Tampa, okay, in like 50 minutes. It was like no more than 19. It's unbelievable, man. Yeah, it
is, and it's scenic, too. It's a beautiful drive.
Oh, my God. The Crystal River, folks, is the nature coast. I mean, if you like nature, man, it's sick. It's springs everywhere. You can drink the water. You swim in the water, and you can drink the water. It's unbelievable, man. Yeah.
Right.
So you want to look at Uber, right?
Yeah, take a look at Uber. You think we're going to get a little more down in this market? It's going to go down a little more from here on this ABC down?
I do think that. But let's take a look at Uber, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and look at it. Uber, the low for the year is 19. The high's 48. It's trading at 28 to 69 right now. You stay right there, folks. We'll come back with Tom from Tampa. And market-wise out here, let's see where we're at. We're down 328 in the Dow, 155 in the comp, and 49 in the S&Ps. We're going to come on right back.
technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 371, Nasdaq 168, S&P's off 55. We're talking Tom from Tampa. We're talking about Uber. And, Uber, Tom, it's a nice setup, but I would wait for that to fill that gap. It's getting closer. The bottom line, the bottom of the gap is 27.10. But I suspect that will get filled because that's a monster gap, man. Do you know what I mean? When it come out with their numbers, right. That's a big gap. And, more than I suspect what you're going to see here is, there's going to be pressure. And, those gaps don't stay open. It's really a question when it's going to get filled. But it's a decent, if you can get that, and it pulls back with lighter volume, well then, you might have something, man, because just how that went up, that actually broke the downtrend, not the whole downtrend, but the downtrend from $45, man. If you take this, you're going to see those kind of decisive break, wide price spread, accelerated volume, so something
by the way, that was a heck of a call you made last Tuesday. You said we're going to get up any morning now, and this thing's going to be downtown, and man, what did we get Friday? Boom.
Yeah,
on the overall market.
It's pretty wild, man. I know, man. I'm telling you. Well, listen, man, I appreciate it. You have a great one, a safe one, Tom.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Okay, man, thank you. We got to do the bull and the bear deal. The bull deal would be that you finish your ABC structures, okay? The bear deal is that you're going to do more than a 1-to-1 on the way down. I suspect what you're going to see tonight, bottom line, we'll see, last night you had the DAX up big, with the futures went up. And as I said earlier, if you are a bull, you want this thing to go lower. If you're a bear, bottom line, you can take the bounce, sell the bounce again, and, if this bounces again, I can tell you right now, man, the A to B structure is going to be a lot bigger, and, we'll see where that whole thing shakes out. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Nice to be back with you, folks. Come back. Visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 o'clock in the morning. Great show, folks. Look at him, folks.
Building wealth trading in the stock